from WVLT, this is Local 8 News.
Jefferson County deputies and THP are tracking down an escaped inmate this morning.
I was like, oh my goodness, this is like a nightmare and a movie all in one.
Plus, 2 teens rescued from a sinking car, all caught on camera. Plus, Tennessee's taking on the Kentucky Wildcats today at home in Neyland for a must-win game for the Vols. Good Saturday morning to you. I'm Kelsey Leyrer.
And I'm Kyle Granger. Good to be with all of you on this Saturday. Yes, up and at 'em. It's chilly on the outside, so bundle up or grab that Snuggie. That might be a good thing.
Yeah, get your Snuggie. Are those out of style? I can't remember.
Never.
Are they still
as
in
long
style?
as you're warm, it does
Good.
not matter.
Comfortable over fashion. That's what I always say.
Well, and you can always get varying types. Maybe you want a Tennessee one. Maybe you want a camouflage.
Leopard.
Yep,
Go crazy.
You can get it all.
Yeah, do it.
And you'll want it. Check out these temperatures. We're starting out with the 40s.
And new this morning, authorities are searching for an inmate to escape from the Jefferson County Detention Center around 8 o'clock last night. Now, take a look at your screen if you can right now. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office say Jeremy Ryan Archer escaped from the Jefferson County Workhouse. Officials say they were escorting Archer to the bathroom when he took off, running across the back fence of the building. The THP helicopter was helping search in the Dandridge area for Archer. Officials say he was spending time for violation of probation on previous charges, including burglary of a vehicle. Anyone with any information on his location is asked to call the sheriff's office. Well, our air quality is rated good as of last night, but today will be a different story. The Knoxville area will be under an orange alert. That means it's unhealthy for sensitive groups. Meanwhile, the drought and wildfires have had our area under a level 3 state of emergency. So really, what does that mean? Well, that means we're experiencing an emergency and the situation really only getting worse here. If we reach a level 4 alert, that would mean that we have a major disaster. We'll take a look at the fires burning just over the mountains in western North Carolina. You can see all that smoke there from these blazes. That is what is affecting our air quality and even causing the evacuation of homes from western North Carolina to northeast Georgia. Well, just a few years ago, he ruled the Friday Night Lights, but now a former football star faces a string of pretty serious charges. 20-year-old Jalen Woods is charged with carjacking, robbery, and 2 counts of assault. You can see him there on your screen. The trouble started when 2 people were carjacked in the parking lot of Cool Sports. That's a popular family rec center off Watt Road. It happened just before 11 o'clock on Thursday night. Woods is accused of approaching the couple, assaulting them, and then taking off in their car. Authorities say he crashed and ran off before getting arrested. Now, if you didn't recognize his mugshot that we just showed you there, you may remember him on the football field. Woods was recruited by several top football teams in the nation. He was a 3-star commitment just 3 years ago. He even got some offers from Clemson and some other pretty big, prominent football schools. Now, before that, he was a standout player at Lenoir City High School. Well, just 2 weeks out from Thanksgiving, but many of you probably already have Christmas on your mind. I know I do. And if you're thinking about heading out to buy a tree anytime soon, you may just want to hold off just a bit. Check out all of these Christmas trees. Yeah, they look pretty good, very green, appear to be pretty healthy. But they're actually extremely drought-stricken. They haven't gotten a good rain in months. And one Christmas tree farmer says because they're so dry, if they're cut down right now, they may not make it till Christmas Day.
But normally for Christmas or not.
Yeah, Collins also told me that you should hold off cutting down a tree until we've had that good rain, maybe even wait a couple days after that good rain just to make sure the water has really soaked in. But he says if you would like one soon, look into the Fraser fir trees because they don't need as much water and they do last for a very long time. Well, as high school football moves on to round 2 of the playoffs, it was a big night for sports in East Tennessee. Coming up in less than 3 minutes, Local 8 sports director Rick Russo shows us a big Fulton High upset. Plus, we're looking ahead to a must-win game today as Tennessee takes on those Kentucky Wildcats. Your time right now, 7:07. All right, good stuff to be aware of there. Thanks, Kyle. Well, big night for sports in East Tennessee last night. Local 8 sports director Rick Russo shows us what's happening for high school football playoffs and looking ahead to the Vols against Kentucky today.
Well, it's no surprise with the amount of deer that we have around. There's bound to be some that find themselves in some pretty strange places.
Yeah, and this is exactly the case. You can kind of see behind me here. One 8-point buck crashed through an Oklahoma store window, causing a whole lot of damage. Oh my goodness, that had to hurt.
And you heard the bleep, so you're wondering
someone was shocked there. Absolutely. But you can see the deer running through, smashing through the window, and then just kind of taking off.
It's unclear how the deer got into this American Eagle store, but shoppers say that they were in shock. Now, witnesses say the buck busted through one window and ran through the store. That's before crashing through a second window. You could watch that over and over again. Watch, he crashes right through,
oh
bam,
my gosh,
right through the window.
That hurt so bad.
Hopefully he didn't get hurt.
Maybe he just wanted to go check out the new fall clothing line that American Eagle had.
Hey, he knows winter's coming. He might want a jacket or some nice socks or something. Yeah.
There you go. Can you really blame him? No. All right, very cool there. Well, it's game day, obviously, in the Volunteer State, and Kyle's going to be taking a look at the forecast when we come back in just about 2 minutes.
A chilly start. Plus, at 7:40, a new innovation that can help you with your golf game. Alan Williams explains in this week's Made in Tennessee.
All right. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Kelsey Leyrer.
And I'm Kyle Granger. Starting off cool, we're starting off dry, and it's game day in Tennessee. A lot of people excited for the next game today.
And if you're planning on going to the game, you might want to wear one of your hoodies or your sweatshirts today with a big power tee as opposed to just a jersey.
For mine and say, this is what you need to wear today. Maybe I'll do that on the next weather hit. We'll
a little bit cooler
break it down
outside
for you just a little bit, a little fleece this morning. It is cooler. We're starting off in the 40s, but a beautiful sunrise made it to the weekend. Time to start thinking about football time in Tennessee.
That was great. You are jazzed.
I've been practicing.
Biggest Vols fan right here. Not even from Knoxville. Love it. Our Vols going to be kicking off against Kentucky starting at noon today.
The Vol Walk will take place at 9:45 this morning.
And gates for the game open at 10 o'clock, bright and early if you plan on heading to Neyland Stadium. And like we mentioned, bring that jacket because it is going to be just a little bit chilly, especially if you're sitting in the shade today. And we're going to focus on next week as well because our Vols take on the Missouri Tigers. And if you're not heading to the game, you can watch it right here on WVLT and CBS. Yeah, it's a spot we're becoming pretty familiar with as the CBS Game of the Week. It's happened pretty often, more times than not this season. That kickoff once again set for 3:30. We mentioned how chilly it is on the outside. Time to pull out the boots, the scarves, the sweaters. Fall is in full swing. Temperatures finally catching up with the calendar. Yeah, and tonight, as Kyle was saying earlier, kind of hitting the 30s, the low 30s. I know, definitely expecting some pretty brisk overnight lows tonight. And if it's cold for you, yeah, it's going to be cold for your pets as well. Amy Butcher at the Humane Society says make sure that you let your pets in the house, even if it's just the garage or the basement. Now, if they do have outdoor dog houses, they should have all three sides with a weatherproof roof. Their bed should be 2 inches above the ground. Also, it's better to lay down. Well, in the last year, Knoxville's own Kelsey Leyrer has managed to travel a rare path. Her powerful voice launched her into the ranks of country music elite, and I think it might be because her name's Kelsey, you know. Well, that's Kelsey. I kind of like that name as well. It starts with a K. And she chose the perfect song for her first hometown concert. Check it out. Ballerina of all her family and friends last night. Yeah, she told that to our very own Amanda Hara, who caught up with her before she took the stage. She says the Tennessee Theater was the perfect place to perform. Yeah, something pretty cool there that you probably wouldn't have known otherwise. Now, if you missed last night's show, she will be back in March at the Civic Coliseum performing with Thomas Rhett. Well, last night at Dollywood, more than 2,000 people laced up their running shoes for the Light the Way 5K. Look at them go. So that's what folks were doing on a Friday night while I was in bed. The course was decorated with millions of Christmas lights. Of course, they're celebrating their Smoky Mountain Christmas right now, getting everyone ready for the holiday spirit throughout the park. The weather may be cooling down here in East Tennessee, but things are still warm down in Miami. Check out this. Yeah, this is a pretty interesting video. That warm weather really giving people the chance to be out in the water, or should we say walk on the water. Yeah, that's right. People living in South Florida trying to defy the laws of science. Wow. Dozens of college students took part in the Walk on Water contest. They put together devices to try to get across the water without falling. And look at them go. I mean, it looks pretty difficult, too. And like a pretty good workout. I would be in the water, I guarantee you. Yeah, earlier we showed this one. I think it's this person. Boom. Falls. That's embarrassing. I bet their legs are hurting today. Yeah, definitely. All right, well, if you haven't bought Nintendo's NES Classic yet, bad news, you could be out of luck already because they're in short supply. Nintendo just released the throwback version Thursday for $60. Yeah, and it's already sold out on Amazon.
So Best Buy, GameStop, and Target are only selling the NES Classic in stores. Now, if you really want the gaming system, people are selling them on eBay. Better shell out the cash, maybe even take out a loan for this. $1,000 is the price.
I used to play Mario Party all the time on my
I was
Nintendo.
the original Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
Oh,
look at you. You got all the tunes this morning. I love it.
Working on it. Well, he served in World War II, but continues to serve East Tennessee in a more subtle way.
Yeah, we introduced you to a waving man who greeted drivers along North Shore. Well, Brittany Tarwater found another one who deserves more than just a wave in return.
Tarwater, Local 8 News.
Incredible story. Bruce says he started waving to drivers simply because when he was outside enjoying the weather, they started waving to him. The World War II vet will be 90 years old this January. And Kyle, we were talking earlier, and I said I could totally see you doing that later on in life because you love to smile. You're such a people person.
I don't think there's anything wrong with smiling. And
Nothing
hopefully
wrong
brings
with it.
another smile to someone else as well.
Absolutely.
It's nice to see him out doing that, hopefully enjoying the weather. The past couple of days has been in effect for tonight.
All right, good things to look out for there, Kyle. Thank you. Well, everyone could use a little help with their golf game. I know I sure could. Now an East Tennessee man has created a device that he claims can make your shots long and true. Local 8 anchor Alan Williams explains the idea behind the pocket pin. It was like a nightmare. That's how one teen describes her thoughts after her friend's car wrecked and flipped upside down into a lake. All right, a little bit of technical difficulties there, but Julia Brower was a passenger in this car when it flipped. We are going to hear from her right now.
All of a sudden I saw his hand and I just grabbed it and I was like, can I fit through the window? I don't know.
Yeah, that was Julia right there. Her friend lost control, hit a utility pole, and rolled over. Well, nearby, 19-year-old Cullen Malzo heard the accident from his home across the street and ran out to take a look.
I shed my jacket and my shoes, and I jumped in, and then the mud went to about my chin.
Now, fortunately, there were no serious injuries reported. Police say the driver of the car was going too fast down the winding road.
Envelope or go to local8now.com.
We're going to have to try that out. You said you had some
I had it yesterday. I am not kidding when I say I probably had 3 servings of it. I just kept going back. He's not lying when he says it's the best in the world, because it's the best I've ever had. It's amazing.
Well, I hate that I missed that one. We'll try it out at home. If you liked to visit the chimpanzees, the gorillas, the red pandas, sometimes we probably look like that at this time of the morning, but you can see them in person for a good cause. I'm speaking for myself here.
All right, Zoo Knoxville's Dollar Days started this week, and it runs throughout this weekend. Very, very affordable, obviously. General admission, just $1 if you buy a ticket online and bring in a non-perishable food item or a can of pet food.
Now, the proceeds from the Dollar Days just go to several local well, you may or may not be enjoying these cooler temperatures, but for the polar bears at Lincoln Park Zoo, it's another story.
Yeah, take a look at how much fun this guy is having. This is Siku, the polar bear. Siku just moved into his newly built 11,000 square foot habitat at the Lincoln Park Zoo in Chicago. Man, he's got it made.
Yeah, look, the 6-year-old, I would love that house. The 6-year-old's new digs will be open to the public November the 17th. The zoo hopes to add a female polar bear to the exhibit coming up this winter.
He's just having fun out there. Look at him go.
Some of you are going to be looking for some cooler temperatures, and we do have that in the forecast, which is coming up. We're going all the way up to 59 by the afternoon. Lots of bright sunshine, really no chance for rain in the extended outlook.
Yeah, even though we desperately need that rain.
We need a soaking rain.
Good day for the Vols today. Kickoff at noon. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you later.
See you tonight.